Yeah. Okay, stop there. No problem.
Okay, no, I'll come back to you. I mean, there's it's going to be loaded, Just I know that Ashimoye Bolapod. Mo fẹ́ fún comrade Showa, is he? Ṣé wọn tún ti lọ báyìí? I hope he's here. Ẹ má bínú. Okay. Comrade Kulu.
Yeah.
The last time, yes, we were able to establish the fact. We say yes, self-determination is a right. Is a right. So it is a right of the Yoruba people to ask for it. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Tó bá pé right wa ni. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tó yẹ pé in the last couple of years we have not been able to articulate ourselves, put our acts together so that this, process, as we have called it, would be a process. So yẹ pé kò ní long tó bó ṣe dà pé ó ń long. Amotekun, please, I'm coming back to you. Bali, you still have your question.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, we are here.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm happy that half of what I want to say has been said by, although in Yoruba, by Comrade Wale Balogun. In the first instance, we started getting it wrong in Nigeria after the 1966 first coup, after the counter coup, and then after the pogrom, when even the killing of 88 people in Kanji Dam, 88 Igbo people, led to Kanji Dam from 80 million pounds to 88 million pounds. Because the Igbo people said they could not, their thing were disrupted. Now, when they asked, it is even the West that did not even allow it. We would have even gone since before 1967. Yeah. What happened between 1951? It was 1951 that they made Awolowo head of government business. Okay. Awolowo gave us the direction, and somebody who was studying when the Labour Party got to power had absolute majority in 1945. He brought the free education and free this program from when he came back in 1946, and they asked one of their Egbe Omo Odua, that's Baba Ajashin, to write a paper on free education, and they started free education, and people who enjoy it speak that if not for Awolowo, they would not be able to use Idigo to call. And that is what they call developmental state system, which Labour Party was doing. Now, we had it right. We had something close to full federalism as a Marxist revolutionary. We had what was close to full federalism, and that was the Western region, which included even some Igbos like Okonjo, like Edo people in Nauru. But Nauru was the first to ask for independence now, okay, in the Western Region Assembly, even before Ghana. Okay. Now, we had parliamentary system. We had each region using its own resources and paying tax to the central government. Okay, but alas, it was also from the West. Yeah, and don't forget that the West people are not that tolerant of oppression of people lording over them. Don't forget that it was after 1962 split in Jos when AG adopted socialism that Akintola led Orede and Co out of AG and formed Dema, and they rigged that led to wait, I want to tell you why
comrade.
what we are
Okay.
wait, I want to tell you what we are seeing now, what
We
the
have a lot
root
to
cause
discuss.
and how we can correct it. I don't believe that we can achieve self-determination peacefully. I don't think so. So now, after that,
Exclusively
there was
your view. Exclusively your
hello.
view. I say your view. Your opinion.
Maybe I'm the contributor is my view, but let me be. Now, after that, the military struck in 1966. Okay, then there was revenge counter coup. Okay, the Igbo people asked for after the pogrom in the north. Okay, it was we are aware that even disturbed that. Then even during that civil war, don't forget that Major General Adebayo imposed a tax on Agbe people, which they rejected, and he resorted to war within war. And Awolowo was sent to them. They refused to obey. They refused to even give him chance to cow them. Okay, to the extent that the Obas who sold us into slavery, and that reminds me, slavery did not start with the white people in 1400. It started with Arabs, trans-Sahara slave trade. Okay, so now the people who sold us to slavery, we are supporting Major General Adebayo. Many of their palaces were burnt. The one that Shorikuku, the Oba of Ogbomoso, had his head cut off, and Bekoya even lasted 5 years after the Civil War. That is between 1968 and 1973. So the right to self-determination, let me tell you, this Abiola that people are mentioning, me, I'm not a fan of Abiola. Abiola was a CIA agent. So these are the people they use to tie us to imperialism through ITT. In fact, Fela got it right. Okay, so what we are having now, as our learning said, okay, capitalism, imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism, but capitalism is in problem. If we are going to mobilize everybody, it's going to be a revolution in permanence. It's not going to be stop go kind of. Kini was just dress rehearsal 2012. So as far as I'm concerned, okay, it is we cannot achieve right to self-determination peacefully.
Okay, thank you so much, comrade. You seem to have made your point, and like I said, your views, your opinions remains exclusively yours and not of this platform. So thank you for that. Okay, comrade Balogun, there's a question. Motekun, just hold on. I'm going to give you time to conclude your thought. There's a question that is on your hands, Comrade Balogun.
Thank you, the moderator. You see, just like you said, Comrade Kulis is entitled to his opinion. I think the three of us that you featured tonight, we are entitled to our individual opinions. But
Definitely,
I think
everybody.
this roundtable provided an avenue for
Exactly.
cross-fertilization of ideas, and
Yeah.
at least there should be a takeover for our people,
Sure.
for the viewers who are listening to us, who are committed to the struggle for self-determination and social emancipation of our people. And you see, uh, you asked a question that, okay, we are the people that started this course. Just like the Bible will say, when the both that as it was in the beginning, so it is now. We are united in Yoruba during the fight against colonialism. But immediately we achieved independence for the now failed Nigerian state. What happened? Oníkálukú lọ di ẹgbẹ́ mú ni, àwọn kan ṣe NCNC, àwọn kan ṣe action group, àwọn kan ṣe Ìlọrin tálákà parapọ̀ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Òun ló fà á nígbà tí ìjọba ológun Fúlàní, Haúsá Fúlàní amúnisìn àti àwọn amúnisìn òyìnbó Gẹ̀ẹ́sì àti àwọn tó jọ máa ń parapọ̀ pọ̀ mọ́ ní gbogbo òde àgbáyé tí a gbé ìjà kojú wọn. Ìgbà tí wọ́n wá méjì kẹta, wọ́n rò pé kí làwọn fi lè dá ẹ̀kun Yorùbá dó. They are thinking of what they can use to placate the Yorubas. And that is why they allowed two Yorubas to contest the 1998 presidential election. And kò tó jẹ́ kó possible for Ọbásanjọ́ àti Fáláyè láti jọ díje nìyẹn. Nígbà tí Fáláyè àti Kíní ti díje tán, àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n sọ̀pọ̀tì process wa láti gba òmìnira wa, wọ́n fà sẹ́yìn, wọ́n ń takò wa. Kì í ṣe pé agídí OPC ló pọ̀ o, pé àbẹ́yà ìmọ̀ṣe wa. Àwa táwa ní ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbàjà yẹn, níjẹ̀gbà yẹn gbà yẹn, àwa rí nǹkan tó wà lóde òní tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa. Òun láyé sọ pé tí náà ò bá tán lẹ́jọ́, ẹ̀jẹ̀ kì í tán lè kánná. Wípé the kind of governmental arrangement tó wà, ó máa fà wá sẹ́yìn nínú ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè ìran wa. Àríkọ́ṣe la jẹ́. Tó yẹ jẹ́ pé irú Spain, Holland, aṣáájú wọn wo tẹlifíṣàn, amóhùnmáwòrán.
France.
So àti rí ngbà yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí torí pé àwọn èèyàn wá wò pé ọmọ wa ẹni ẹjẹ́ ó ṣe é, pé torí pé Ọbásanjọ́ ló wà ní ìjọba. Torí pé Ọbásanjọ́ wà ní ìjọba, táwa kan sọ pé kò bá ìjọba Ọbásanjọ́ ló wà ní ìjọba, pé ìdáǹdè àtòmìnira Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún. Òun ní nǹkan tó wà ní ìdí làásìgbò tó wọnú ẹgbẹ́ OPC nígbà náà. Àwọn olóṣèlú wa, nítorí pé àwọn ò ní agbára tó lórí nǹkan tí social media ṣe wà níbí, lórí ìwé ìròyìn on the media. They are in control of radio, they are in control of television, so they were able to manipulate much of our people against the cause, internal cause for our self-determination. So many people are confused to support an Obasanjo government. Pay at least Yoruba no one bit. That led to a crisis. Some of our people got betrayed, they got tired. Some of them joined the bandwagon. And get it right, sir. $10,000 marathon race, call multi-million miles marathon ni. The course of self-determination is a process and not an event. Wọn kì í dájọ́ ọjà agbára. Lára ẹ̀ ló fa confusion tí ò bá ṣe pé OPC ń pariwo ń gbà yẹn pé káyà pín wéréwéré, káyà pín kíákíá, ká ó sá lọ kí ibo lọ, káyà pín wéréwéré. Kò ní possible fún àwọn múnisìn ìlú òkèèrè, Haúsá Fúlàní àti àwọn ológun kan fi ààyè lẹ̀ fún Yorùbá méjì kan kojú ara wọn ní presidential election. Ẹ̀ ló bà wọ́n pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n jẹ́ olóṣèlú, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ aṣọ ọ̀jẹ̀lú lọ́wọ́ tá a pè lóṣèlú, àwọn náà wà lára àwọn tó ń ta ìran wa sínú ìgbèkùn tá a wà lóde òní. Òun náà ṣe tètè pàdé àkókò tó lọ ṣe election yẹn. Òun ló fà á tí wọ́n pé lẹ́yìn gbogbo awuyewuye wa jẹ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kú, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣẹ̀wọ̀n, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ dáwọ́ láàbọ̀ ara. Àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn olóṣèlú, wọ́n rí wọn lò láti sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ kí a fún Yorùbá láyè. Ẹ pé Wàsíù fi kọrin, ó ní ẹ jẹ́ ká fún bàbá láyè kí bàbá ó sanjọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n òye wa padà rí pé a fún bàbá láyè láti run wá ni, láti fi ìran Yorùbá sí abẹ́ ìgbèkùn ni. Because our economic not only arrested, not only stagnated, it was reversed. There's serious generation in our development as a people. And that is why from 2020, the people started under the Yoruba nation. Some of us joined forces with them. Like you read, I refused not to register because of our experience. Yeah, I register Jagbara on name list now. We refuse. But there's no struggle. Don't quit. Look the setback today. See how we want it to be question. It's just like Eugene said, there's no past or present. There's no future or present. Only the past repeating itself over and over again. Hold that the after election, election 1999. Mo rántí àṣepàdé kan ní Èkó hotel, Bàbá Adésànyà, àwọn ni olórí Afẹ́nifẹ́re ìgbà yẹn, wọ́n bá àwa ọ̀dọ́ OPC sọ̀rọ̀ ńgbà yẹn, wọ́n wá ní pé ayò inú òkùnkùn ni pé ká lọ tà, pé ká fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá láàyè ìgbà tẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá méjì ló fẹ́ kojú ara wọn ní presidential election. Lọ́jọ́ náà lọ, Gani Adams ó fún mi láàyè pé Wálé Balógun wọ ni kò sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí jọ́ náà ni mo kọ orin kan pé kí lẹ ní ká ṣe bàbá, bèbè yan pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa, ẹni pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa, òkò banújẹ́ là ó lẹ̀ mọ́, òkò banújẹ́ là ó lẹ̀ mọ́ o, ẹni pé ká wá dìbò òye mọ́já ló máa pa. It was because we don't believe in the so-called transition process, but the majority have their way. We have ours because we cannot make revolution for our people. Lè gba ìran wa láì ṣe pé wọ́n bá fara mọ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ní ìfẹ́ sí nǹkan tí à ń ṣe. Nígbà tí a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ kínní ti èmi ló kàn náà, a sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa náà, ṣebí Yorùbá nation sọ pé ká dá dúró. But àwọn èèyàn wa náà ló ń sọ pé ọmọ ẹni kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀, ká sọ ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíì, pé tẹ́ni tàbí something. Ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ń pariwo, wọ́n ní Yorùbá ronú orun Ògúnde, àsìkò tó àwa ní ká bá bára wa jà ká bára wa ṣọ̀kan. Ṣùgbọ́n ìṣàkóso ààrẹ Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó fi hàn pé kò ní ìfẹ́ ìran àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, kò dẹ̀ fẹ́ ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè wa. Ó lè jẹ́ pé ìyájọ́ ń dé ẹgbàá tí wọ́n sọ pé kí kájà ìjà ẹ̀ tán lẹ́ẹ̀kan èyí tó wá ṣe níjù láàánú jù òun ni pé láti ìgbà tí ààrẹ aṣáájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lábẹ́ àsíá APC tó ti déjọba iná ìjàgbara wa ìṣàkóso ìjàgbara wa ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìjàgbara wa mobilization wa sensitization wa ó ti jóná àjò rẹ̀yìn kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ní kókó jùlọ sà alága moderator wọn kì í dájọ́ ìjàgbara liberation is a process and not an event. We cannot decree that it will happen tomorrow. What is incumbent on all of us is to continue the mobilization, the sensitization, the education of the rank and file, the so-called leaders to understand the process, the followers, and the entire Yoruba people to key into our liberation struggle. And Sherry, it is illusion. Ká má believe pé gbogbo Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ gbàgbọ́ nínú nǹkan tá a ṣe irọ́ ni. Ẹ̀ta oró àwọn èèyàn ló máa ń mú ìlọsíwájú gbà. Ẹ wo ẹ̀sìn àwọn ẹ̀sìn tó fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ lórí Nàìjíríà sí. Ẹ wo tabaka Bíbélì tabawo Bíbélì tí wọ́n fi tán fi lára nǹkan tó yọ irinṣẹ́ ìkọ́nilẹ́rú wọn. Ẹ̀rí pípa tí àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù àwọn tó jẹ́ ọ́fíìsà lẹ́yìn Jésù àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù máa ju bíi 12 lọ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá tún wò níbi kan wọ́n tún ní àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn Jésù tó rán jáde wọn ju 70 lọ ẹ wá wo 70 ẹ wá wo bí gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ ìtàn tí gbogbo àkàrí àgbà ilé mi so ìjìjàngbara àkóso ìjìjàngbara ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ó nílùú Ghana àìdá àwọn etí àwọn kìíní tó ń ṣe níbẹ̀ àwọn péègì ni tó ń ṣe káàkiri ni gbogbo ọ̀nà kọ́nà tó bá ti jàgbára wọn kì í pọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá ti ń sọ nǹkan tí ìran bá ń wí tí wọ́n bá ti jẹ́ kí àwọn tó bá yí àwọn ọ̀ràn wọn máa ń support wọn a lè dájọ́ ìjàgbára a dẹ̀ lè gba ìran wa lẹ̀ tí ìran ọ̀bá rẹ̀ láti dúró àwọn nǹkan tó ń fa ìfàsẹ́yìn fún wa lè ní pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n nírètí òfo nínú àwọn ajẹgúdújẹrá àkótilétà àpanijayé nínú ìran wa tó ń wo ọṣẹ òṣèlú ọ̀jẹ̀lú arúgbó ọmọdé ní gbogbo wọn.
Okay. Thank you so much, comrade. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, the ball is in your court now. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn? We have said self-determination is a process. We have said, been able to establish the fact that they don't seem to be doing it, right. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn? Because always pointing out problems without providing solution has been, one of the things that to get problem for wa. So now we want to begin to look at solutions. Kí ló yẹ ká máa ṣe nísìn?
Okay. Bashe wa insin majority of actors are anything. From my estimation, won't get it wrong because tiara won't do. We should come across tiara won't do. So by ye more the mind insist. So by ye more feet you will have a different result. Yeah, you can't go away from it. Life and the world continue that it goes through evolution. Evolution stage one thing, the only system tell you follow is the democratic situation where everybody has a say. Now, everybody has a say. Nibita wa ileni 25% of Omo Yoruba, somebody decide they want Yoruba nation. Oma difficult anybody. And when I say body, organization, whether UN, whether ECOWAS, whether AU, 25% but okay on fed law. And we might notice there's an issue going on here. Now, comrade wa comrade wa Adékúnlé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ Ọládẹ̀jọ. Wọ́n ní a lè gba òmìnira without force. Mo agree pẹ̀lú wọn, but mo disagree pẹ̀lú wọn unless somebody define force on mean. The force I need at the moment, politics is a game of numbers. Mr. sọ síwájú lẹ́ẹ̀kan, when we have 25% of Yoruba saying wípé àwọn fẹ́ lọ, ó máa ní impact. Mo fi dá yín lójú 75% of the Yoruba people gbà sọ pé we want to go. Impact ẹ̀ máa yàtọ̀. Politically, we are gone out of the contraction called Nigeria. 75% of ọmọ Yorùbá bá sọ pé àwọn ń lọ. Now, kí ni 75% of 60 million? Màá work it out mentally. Where be 45. Yeah. Now
that should be. Did you say 75? 75. 75. Yeah, that's about 45. Yeah. Yeah, that's about 75. 45.
Àwọn ò ṣe mọ́, kò sí nǹkan kan tó máa hold wọn back at that stage. Even at 50%, kò sí organization náà, whether international or local, tí ò ní mọ̀ pé this is something very, very decisive. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká padà wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn actors tá a ní. And I'll keep saying it. Wípé tí ẹ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ the citizens wípé kí lẹ fẹ́, tí ẹ bá consult pẹ̀lú wọn, no matter who the Messiah is, tí ò bá ní disciples or companions tó yẹ kí wọ́n máa reflect interest ọmọ Yorùbá, we will continue to have a problem. And social media make it worse because everybody has access to speak their mind. It means, for instance, nobody look at me anywhere in the world. Me, anybody. Me, OPC. Me, Ilano. Me, Afenifere. Me, any group. Me, I'm just a citizen. Don't mind me. Now, let's go back to our actors in come one by one. Let's look at Afenifere, for instance. Baba Ayo Adebanjo is actually doing that same thing where one can say one believe we are only that ideology of locus standi. He can speak on behalf of Yoruba without being elected or chosen. This see Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, that is even worse. Because Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò continues to be arrogant and could play part tó jẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run fún ní ipò kan tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kó jẹ́ pé ó máa easy láti follow it, láti believe nínú ẹ̀. But he's making the big mistake of being something in between being a dictator. Ó kàn máa àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká máa bá ọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin òun àti Ìgbòho should never have happened because ipò àgbà ló wà. Ó lè má dàgbà mí iṣẹ́ gbẹ̀ in years, but ipò tó wà ó jẹ́ ipò tó jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kó máa speak for the Yoruba people. Now, unfortunately, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is not doing the right thing. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò ní ọ̀dọ̀ Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, ẹ jẹ́ ká wá gbọ́ sí Yorùbá ní. The same thing náà ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ipò yìí is ọ̀gbà. You cannot decide on your own wípé èmi o ibi tí gbogbo alọ́lé. It does not happen that way. You are not a messiah. We need leaders. Leader man consults you. We don't need somebody to just pé ó kàn máa sọ pé no consultation. We don't need that. At 60 million, àwọn ọmọ Israel all over the world tán bá kọjá 15 million wọn pé 30 million. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀sìn tá à ń ṣe yìí bó jẹ́ Yehudi bó jẹ́ Nasọ́rọ́ bó jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí gbogbo wọn Jewish ni wọ́n pátá. Muhammad is a Jewish. Jesus Christ is Jewish. Moses is Jewish. At the end of the day, à ń gbé nǹkan tí ò ṣe tiwa á padà síbi tó jẹ́ tiwa ìwà ọmọlúwàbí representation and a ní beginning yẹn because in the old of the Yoruba culture representation wà títí kan ọ̀tún títí kan òsì títí kan ìyá ọlọ́jà ìyá lóde gbogbo wọn la ní. People still remember wọ́n sì máa ń sọ di èní wípé we had our own design of democracy. So kí ni democracy at the end of the day? Consulting people. Now ká máa lọ́wọ́ plot historical narrative kò lè help wa. Kí ni progressive narrative tàbí? I am a supporter of the Yoruba people. Gbogbo wa ló yẹ ká jẹ́ supporter of the Yoruba people. Not the supporter of a group tó jẹ́ pé kò stable. Like Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is not stable. I've been in so many meetings with Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. 1 minute a sọ pé restructuring, next minute a sọ pé Yoruba nation. A leader doesn't do that. By the time tó bá ṣe the right thing, ó yẹ kó ti wá ní conviction wípé direction tá à ń lọ lélẹ́yìí. Baba Ayo Adebanjo was trying to make out pé I am the leader in Otimba Solabegi, like to move forward from that. So listening, campaign wa Tabafe, the unity of the Yoruba people. Tabafe progress, ìlọsíwájú, ìtẹ̀síwájú. We need to come back home, go back to the drawing board, ká pé kí ni best practice. And best practice is to include the people. Lè ṣe lẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n fárí lẹ́yìn olórí wọ́n sọ fún wa. Ara nǹkan tí wọ́n fi lé wa lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn. So what's going on at the moment? Until táwọn èèyàn bá ready láti ṣiṣẹ́, you need òun láti ready láti ṣe kí ni language, the proper language. Ẹrú ayé. Jésù ṣẹrú ayé. Moses ṣẹrú ayé. Muhammad ṣẹrú ayé. That kind of ẹrú ayé, if you cannot do it and you cannot shape up, then ship out. Mafi Mobe for now.
Thank you so much, Amotekun. Comrade Kulu, I'm coming to you, Comrade Balogun, very soon now. Comrade Kulu, I have a question for you. Keba Adawe, ni kia. Are you with us? Hello?
What's the question?
Yeah, the question is, as we are, do our people have enough education, that can take us to our destination? Need enough education because from our take us to our destination. Education that can take us to our destination. We all know where our destination is. Like Amotekun just said, is that if 75% or even 50% of our people, agree to the fact that yes, after law, no one can stop us.
Go on.
But the question is, do our people have that level of education at the moment?
Yeah, I'm happy you have asked that question, but I don't agree with Mr. Motekun on this issue of narrative. He who does not know the past will make the same mistakes again. I mentioned Agbekoya, Mekunukoya Shimbo. Okay, even where you are today, Bernie Sanders. Youths are following Bernie Sanders because they are saying they are tired of capitalism. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. Agbekoya did not just stand for 5 years, to 68 to 73. Dr. Aribede is late now. Dr. Aribede, Baba Mojola, Laoye Sanda is also late. Okay. And Edwin Madunagu trained Agbekoya people in my hometown. Odeomu, I'm a Modaeke person. Okay. They trained them. They had education. That was why they were able to resist Awolowo. Okay. And they told him, go back. We respect you. You did well. Your 8 years as head of government business and premier, you did well. But they made sure Gowon removed Major General Adebayo. Let me tell you, we need to print leaflets explaining to Igbo people that they should stand for their rights to say, but peacefully. Okay. And then these people made sure. Do you know that many of these elites in the north, they want educational development in the south to slow down. They even say it. Okay. And that is why people like Osinbajo, who read law 77 to 80, he was a mate of Kini in law school, Igiwe, Professor Popola and Falana. Okay. They were planning in 2017 when we went to work trade union congress. We had to send them packing, the people Osinbajo sent, to impose 1 million on law students with free tuition when Muritala introduced free tuition from 1975. So education has to be revolutionary education, not singing unity or whatever, or saying and then appealing to somebody who never support right to self-determination in the first instance, and then saying aburo mi dáadáa ni, and then they took Igboho to him to beg for dividing Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, there is no way out. There is no revolution without education. Okay. Education is going on, not only in Nigeria, all over the world. The Amatekun tonight know what, when even Nigeria that has 50% of the people close to Arab people, when Saudi Arabia is friendly to those who are killing Palestinians. Okay. Now, in Nigeria, there has not been any movement to support the Palestinian people. But white people who are not related to us, okay, are doing it in all universities all over the world now against America. In fact, they started it in America. They are doing it in London. Okay, they are doing encampment. Okay, so everywhere they feel the pinch of late capitalism in its death agony. Without revolution, we cannot get the right to self-determination. Those who taught us did not do right to self-determination, the revolution wouldn't have been possible. And since 1840, Karl Marx, okay, called for the right to self-determination, including secession from Russia. 1840s. So you cannot have it without a revolution. It's not going to be peaceful. Because these people listen to the Emir of Adamawa now. at the national conference in 2014. He said they own all the land up to Atlantic Ocean. And you are telling me that those people will allow you to go peacefully. It is not possible. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Comrade Kulu. I have we are coasting home now, and I have a question for you, Amotekun. I have another one for you, Wale, and I have a general one for for the three of you.
Kulu.
Before we came on stage, myself and Comrade Kulu, we are talking, and he made mention. In fact, he asked me if I saw a letter by Professor Akintoye, which he wrote to President Tinubu, recently. He has his opinion. I want to ask us, do we think such a letter is necessary? Amotekun, let's have your take.
I'm not actually privy to the letter. I don't know what this letter is about. But so many other letters. So many other letters. And format letter no. At the intention letter no. At the inconsi letter no to translate for me meaning. And I'll continue to say one thing. And to my representing you. Only little ó dà láti lérò lẹ́yìn. Téèyàn bá lérò lórí tí ò bá lérò lẹ́yìn, you are doomed to fail. Tó bá lérò lẹ́yìn tó ò bá lérò lórí, you are doomed to fail. So you have to have a way in which to create a balance between àwọn tó fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀, tó fẹ́ gba òmìnira lọ́wọ́ wọn, àti àwọn tí ẹjọ́ fẹ́ gba òmìnira. So when you are in that middle, back on, òun láti mọ bó ṣe máa play political game here. Now, like I said, letter in to the meaning to me. Unfortunately, I am not a fan of Professor Banji Akintoye because, as far as I can tell, he's not getting it right. Opinion to me, and I'm not kind of cowardly. That's so. Now, my father see gbogbo àwọn tati mention kọjá lẹ́ni in one way or the other. Even Sikan Agbekoya, there are reports that came into us in the last 3 weeks to show pé Agbekoya ibi tá a rò pa tí wọ́n sí kọ́ láti bá wọn. OPC will be divided into 4 different factions. And to my friend, Lasho, Tare, Lama Kokowu. Any group, Tiobali, hold the array in unity. I cannot depend on that group to hold the Yoruba Confederate or people into unity. Actually, the problem comes. I keep a peace. Afemi, it's a big problem. Nobody, as far as Timothy Sonisi, Yoruba Nation has had the biggest following of the ordinary people. Not Agbekoya, not OPC, not Afenifere, not whatever, the federal government, Bashi. We have clear and present danger. What's going on? Kini Fulani ṣe? Kini effect nǹkan tí Fulani ṣe? Kini nǹkan tó ń fún wọn ní power? Why are they doing X, Y, Z? Also, but what is going on at the moment, as far as Yoruba Nation campaign is going, we're not doing it right. We are doing it completely wrong, in my opinion. Anybody who has a Yoruba Nation, you have to go back to basics. I'm very, very careful not to mass sorrow too much. Whatever to in America, whatever to in Gaza, whatever to in Israelis, and Tabawa careful. Amawu and to bear with here to be carried. Àwa máa wò ó, tá máa fa tiwa dání. It's got nothing to do with us. Nature-wise, it's not the same. And tó wá kẹ́lẹ́sì iṣẹ́ sí i. À ń láti dúró lórí principles tiwa. And one of the principles tó máa gbé wa yege nínú ìjàngbara Yorùbá nation. Kátẹ́ wà nínú Nàìjíríà náà still is ìwà ọmọlúwàbí. Ìwà ọmọlúwàbí is very extensive in meaning. Èèyàn ò pé mo fẹ́ ṣọmọlúwàbí kò mí rí pé kí n má gbébọn. Pé kí n pààyàn. Ọmọlúwàbí lè gbébọn kó pààyàn. But á ṣe lórí ààrẹ kò ní ṣe lórí ẹ̀bí. Ẹbí àti ààrẹ òun náà tún ní meaning tiẹ̀. Wàláì tàláì tí n bá rí ẹnìkan tó fẹ́ kọjú ìbọn sí ọmọ Yorùbá 10. Ó gbé ìbọn dání fẹ́ ṣùtọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá 10. AK-47 mo wá ní pistol lọ́wọ́ àbí mo ní àdá lọ́wọ́. Mo wá ní opportunity láti bá láti ẹ̀yìn. Nǹkan tèmi define as ọmọlúwàbí òun ni scenario tí mo sọ ń sìn yẹn. I look out for Yorùbá first. Kí n tó look out fún ọba. Kí n tó look out fún president. Kí n tó look out fún ọ̀gá OPC. Kí n tó look out fún ọ̀gá Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Tó bá jẹ́ principle tí gbogbo wa ní nìyẹn. In the last 60 years, ní bára wa ń bìtà wá. Because we will all be speaking for ọmọ Yorùbá instead pé ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún Professor Banji Akintoye àbí Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò àbí ká máa speak fún Afẹ́nifẹ́re. They are not speaking for Yorùbá yet. Bọ́kọ́ tí mi ò ṣe lè fúnra mi ní problem lórí Yorùbá nation. Bàbá Akintoye Yorùbá nation YSDM ní pé so far introduction ta ní putting the world on notice àti achieve it to a stage. Tó bá dojú ṣíṣú fọ̀rọ̀ àlà. The right set of people tó yẹ kó lead wa when the time is right wọ́n á jáde. Àwọn àṣẹ evaluation fáwọn èèyàn yẹn wípé okay ṣé a fẹ́ tẹ̀lé wọn in multitude. Tí n bá rí àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé mo trust wípé wọ́n máa lead ọmọ Yorùbá in such a way tó jẹ́ pé it is for the good of the collective of Yoruba people. Màá support wọn big time. But mi ò lè support Bàbá Akintoye báyìí because I know the history of Yoruba nation since when it started. Mo mọ history OPC to a point. Mo mọ history Afẹ́nifẹ́re. Mo mọ history Àgbẹ̀kọ̀yà. We have failed to adapt the principle of ọmọ Yorùbá nǹkan tó ń fa problem wa ni. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Comrade Balogun.
Ẹ ṣe atọ́kùn sharing all over the world and wherever people were resisting their oppressors or were fighting for their liberation, it is an illusion. For one, to think you need about 75% of the population to support your cause. Well, only correct way we may need up to 75% or 40% to be sympathetic. But actively, yes, of course. Need the 75%. Tabaro, Amadu Tayima. Ní ìgbà tí àwọn Zik tán bẹ̀rẹ̀ the struggle against colonialism, very minute people later key into it. When the struggle is about to be consolidated, let us look at those people who are not in the virus in Nigeria today. Somebody in Nigeria is about 20, 30 or 20 billion. Those who are not in the virus, are they up to 10,000? No. 1%. Wow. So that shows that we don't need such a number our most recent history affirm what I'm saying. The struggle between 1993 to actualize June 12 and to end military between 1993 and 1998, èèyàn mélòó ló jà NADECO, CD, JACON, UAD, tá a bá wo gbogbo àwọn the active actors and the foot soldiers of that process on 20,000 naira. That shows that what we needed is our key to this process. We need a proper understanding. The teacher himself has to be educated in the process for liberation. Can understand the contact. And the key elements is our commitment to the cause, our dedication to the cause, and not saying that once somebody writes Babakite write a letter to Tinubu begging for Tinubu to 1997 pay no longer have position in Nigeria. The same Tinubu that is now saying that it's either anybody that is fighting for self-determination should be criminalized. Is he speaking for us? We need to understand that in all human society, there are two classes of people: the rulers and the ruled, the oppressors and the oppressed.
What the Christians call Nicolaitans, the rulers and the ruled.
Within the Yoruba nation, there are some that are benefiting from this system.
Definitely.
And there are some that over-dehumanize and improvise the poverty regions. So there are two different classes of people. Our appeal should be to those who are suffering among us. Òṣì ni wọ́n bá ní pín, òde ni wọ́n bá ní dù, ire ìlọsíwájú wọ́n máa bá yọ contest ẹni. So àwọn Tinubu and their political dynasty, they will continue to stabilize, to support Nigeria as presently constituted. I'm not disappointed enough anyway. From the outset, they were looking for reform, and they will continue to agitate for reforms. Àtúnṣe àtúntò náà sọ. Ìjìjàgbara àti ìyípadà ní the cause for self-determination and social emancipation of the Yorubas. Come to think of it, if you look at the constitution of the action group, and when it was reviewed, it was reflected in the constitution of the UPN that the right to secession was injected into their constitution. How many of them were key to it? These are pseudo-progressive elements that were nodding it toward the Yorubas. So àwa Yorùbá, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tán sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ní Bọ̀dákúlú, Ọládẹ̀jọ. We need to continue to educate mass of our people. And that is why people create an illusion. That is one of the things that run and to cause confusion in the leadership of the Ghanaian Adams. But along the line, it was so mystified to the extent that the followership were calling him, oh, Odua. You mentioned the Adams, they say Odua. And Odua that cannot fight for us personally. That is the illusion that they are creating in Adibogo now. It is never done. It's never done.
Mm-hmm.
Those who are to liberate you, you don't come to them to thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we are failed as a people.
That's right.
That's why we cannot key into the programs of a Tinubu, and we cannot question the direction is leading the pseudo-progressive forces in Yoruba land. Lastly, I'm saying that our self-determination and social emancipation is possible through a peaceful means. The peaceful means will be if the Nigerian state is structured to reflect a genuine federal union, whereas Yorubas, we can live totality of our common life and develop as a people. Otherwise, it has to be to your 10th O Israel, and we have no inheritance sons of the sea. You see, more and more lives of the only three group will emerge. We only pray that they should not make the tactical error that those people made at because Yoruba nation, the self-determination and the self-administration of our people will come by any means necessary. Either me, Amotekun, Kulu, and Dr. Sheyi like it or not. It's an idea whose time has come. Nigeria is a failed state, and no matter how we try to pass this decadent system, it will collapse and consume all of us. Ìjàngbara òmìnira Yorùbá dandan ni ká ṣàṣeyọrí.
Thank you so much. Comrade Kulu, even though this question emanated from you, I want to ask you again. You know, although I know your views, the letter of Ashwaji in a very few, just like 2 minutes or thereabout.
The letter by Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, I see it as Ogbabode fún wa. That's one. Two, ni pé as Comrade Wale has said, don't expect these people to lead or educate people rightly. It is not by appealing to somebody who does not want right to self-determination in the first instance. It is by educating the masses. And how do we? We should go ahead as we are Yoruba Revolutionary Movement. We take part in all struggle on all fronts. Like now, if you look at the analysis people have made, I've posted it, I will post it to you. The National Assembly senators are earning 37.7 million naira per month, and they are saying that minimum wage they can only increase to 48,000. In fact, I just saw a flash news now. We should support and put our banner high. Right to self-determination now. Okay? That is the way we can continue to educate people. And people are suffering. There's hunger in the land. You wà ní abroad, you mọ nǹkan kan. Bí mo ṣe wà ibi
please come let me cut you there. Let me cut you there.
But feel àwọn táwọn feel
let me cut you. Wait, let me cut you there.
He who wears the shoes.
Please wait. Today I will allow you.
Wait, let me do now.
Because
don't let's make it a dialogue now. People are suffering. Me, biscuit muti cheleni. Biscuit. Okay? Biscuit because of my ulcer. Biscuit muti che. Okay? And it will come back. Even that's what back way muti heal with wedu. Okay? They say if I continue to take strong analgesics for my sickle cell crisis and I don't feed well, it will come back, and it is coming back. Get biscuit. Okay.
Comrade, let me just say this. We understand what is going on. Like I said, I saw a post on my secondary school secondary school or university platform today. It is that of peak milk, and I could not believe the price. Timorilara Kenya. It goes for this is 61,725 naira. 61,000. That's the biggest thing of powdered milk. The powdered milk, the biggest thing. That's I think
peak milk. So 1,000.
When I saw that, I almost broke down, and that is just to correct the impression that we don't feel physically we are not there, but it broke me down.
Yes,
down.
now, and that's why
and so
you should mobilize resources to mobilize people, educate them, print leaflets. We human rights activists, we sent Abacha packing now. Ask Wale now.
I know. I mean, I am part of the. I mean, I was part of the.
Them now leaflets, and we have been doing that even since between 1999 and 2012.
Okay. We are rounding up now. We are rounding up. There's
yes.
so much to talk about, and we will continue to engage ourselves, to educate our people, and see how we can continue to engage our
yes.
ourselves.
And then when we need to print leaflets, you people in diaspora should help us. We print in English and Yoruba and Pidgin.
It's okay. It's okay, comrade. Let me just say this. Before now, we know what in Kota Onle Tontifoju Wari. We know on a regular basis what I'm sure my brother Amotekun too must be part of it. Probably, people sending money to people to do this, to do that. Not even for personal thing, for this struggle. Where those things have gone. Down the drain. Sir, you have the floor.
Right. Ó máa ń perplex mi táwọn èèyàn tó wà Nàìjíríà tán bá dúró tí wọ́n bá ń try láti indicate wípé àwọn tó wà ní diaspora they are ignorant or they are not well informed nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. I'm less concerned about what is going on in Nigeria. I'm more interested in nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Now, mo sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọlúàbí kọjá. Ọmọlúàbí máa ń ní emotion. Ọmọlúàbí máa ń feel fáwọn èèyàn ẹ̀. Now, if I tell you my story, mi ò jókòó sí UK báyìí kó jẹ́ pé mo kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀. I have personal experience.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n wa ẹ má bínú ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣípì nǹkan kan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ dókítà Ṣèyí, ẹni tí ẹ bá recognize ẹ bá mútu wa. Ẹ bá mútu wa. Kí ẹ̀gbọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ mútu wa yòókù. Dókítà Ṣèyí ẹ mútu wa. Bàtẹ́kẹ́ gbọ́n.
I've done that.
Right. So, Bishop Sorolo, I spent 6 years solid in Nigeria. If a team joke with by saying pẹ̀lú millions of naira, kò sẹ́nibọ̀yì tó lè argue yẹn. But whatever we want to call it, bóyá Ọlọ́run la fẹ́ pè ní o, bóyá Elédùmarè ni. Ó jẹ́ kí n lọ Nigeria for 6 years, kí n ní insight sí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìgbà wo ni mo padà dé láti Nigeria 2017. Kíyàwó la wà yìí 2024. That's 7 years ago. A big experience mi nígbà ibi tó dé ní 2017. Nǹkan ti get worse. So I can imagine. Ẹ má máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tó wà ní diaspora kẹ́ máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ignorant ni wọ́n. Ìyẹn fúnra ẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ni.
Yeah.
Because bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, nǹkan tí ẹlòmíì dá nínú owó láti diaspora nígbà ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Òun ló lọ lọ́ọ̀kan yẹn. Before Yorùbá nation, ọmọlúàbí ni wá, àwọn responsibility wa, à ń ṣẹ́wó padà. Tí ọmọ diaspora tó bá decide pé òun ò dáwó kankan sí Nàìjíríà, àmọ́ ọmọ difference ẹ̀. So language ẹ máa wà careful bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kẹ́ máa sọ pé a ní ẹran ra, a nífẹ̀ẹ́, a ní emotions, a ní empathy, a mọ bó ṣe feel. Kò sí nǹkan kan tó mú mi jókòó sí ìbà ilé nìí tí ò bá ṣe pé interest mi nínú future Yorùbá. Mi ì sí nínú ẹgbẹ́ kankan, mi ò wòye, mi ò wá position. Àìmọye èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mi lè jókòó sí yín kí mi ò sọ fún yín sí pé mo ti wà pẹ̀lú OPC, mo ti wà pẹ̀lú Afẹ́nifẹ́re, mo ti wà pẹ̀lú ìlànà, àbí kí n sọ pé mo wà pẹ̀lú YSDM, but I spend a lot of my time lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá. So it's actually wrong, it's unfair for anybody come and indicate wípé àwọn tó wà ní diaspora wọn ò mọ nǹkan kan. I can assure you information nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó máa ti tẹ̀ àwa lọ́wọ́, a máa ti rò ó, a ti rationalize ẹ̀ kẹ́yìn tó tiẹ̀ rí gbà rárá. Nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà, nǹkan tó fẹ́ kó bá Yorùbá tó fẹ́ kó bá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, mo lè jókòó tì í kí n dẹ̀ yọ̀nà náà ẹ̀ at length with quotations and references. Aṣọ mú alẹ́ o, àwọn tó wà ní diaspora àwọn ọṣọ mú alẹ́ o. Tí n bá jẹ́ pé ìlú yìí ni máa ṣe the rest of my life, kò mí wípé umbilical cord tó wà láàrin èmi àti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó ti já. No. So ẹ máa wà careful pẹ̀lú language yẹn. It is very unfair.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. We will be rounding up now. I would just want a parting word, from you, Comrade Balogun, and then I will have it from Amotekun and Comrade Kulu before we wrap it up for today.
Ẹ ṣé atọ́kùn, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, ẹ má ṣì wá gbọ́, ẹ fi òye gbé nǹkan tí ẹ̀gbọ́n Akulu sọ òwe náà fi ń pa, kì í ṣe pé bí àríbi pa ni wọ́n fi òwe náà fi mobili kan fi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pa. Nǹkan tí máa sọ ni pé ìjàngbara ọmọ Yorùbá dandan ni, nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ wá ogun ni, kì í ṣe o kí àwọn èèyàn wa kọ́ má gbé ojúlé ogun. Amika Cabra ó ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àwọn ajìjàgbara tó ń kójọ nígbà tó máa gba ìlú Cape Verde àti Guinea nígbà yẹn. Ó ní pé lóòótọ́ aláwọ̀ dúdú ni wá, ṣùgbọ́n kí wọ́n má gbọ́ ojúlé ogun, ọpọlọ níjà, ìrọ̀jú níjà. Gbogbo wa ta ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó péye lórí ìdáǹdè àti òmìnira ọmọ Yorùbá, ká máa ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún ara wa. Gbogbo ibi tí ìyà bá ti ń jẹ ni, tí ara bá ti ń ni àwọn ọmọ kóòtù òjíire, ẹ má jẹ́ kí a kúnnu, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa dá sí i. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a gba àwọn èèyàn wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ ìṣẹ́, òṣì, ìyà, ebi àti ìfọnáfọnṣu àwọn sìmọ̀mí, kò bá jẹ́ Fúlàní, kò bá jẹ́ Haúsá Fúlàní, ká dẹ̀ mọ ọ̀tá wa, ká mọ ọ̀rẹ́ wa. Bí orílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ṣe dúró lónìí, àwọn tó ń jẹ gàba lé wa lórí, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà nípò, wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn wa. Èròǹgbà wa pẹ̀lú àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò jẹ́ ọ̀kan. Àwọn tó wà ní ìjọba, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ mi ní gbogbo wọn pátápátá. Bí Nàìjíríà ò ṣe ní wó, bí ọrọ̀ àti dúkìá wọn tó máa lọ sókè sí làwọn wá. Àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, tá a bá gbàgbọ́ nínú ìdáǹdè àti òmìnira wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kóra wa jọ. A ní ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀, ìrànlọ́wọ́ àti gbogbo ẹ̀ láti ọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀yin ará tẹ́ wà ní ìlú ọba. Ẹ má dá wa dá bùkátà wa, ẹ má dá wa dá làásìgbò tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Bí ẹ ṣe ń ṣe, ẹ máa ṣe lọ. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ó bá ṣókùnkùn sí wa, tí ìmọ́lẹ̀ bá wà lọ́dọ̀ yín, ẹ tàn án. Àwa náà ní káàárẹ̀, àní já yín kulẹ̀. Ìjàngbara wa, àwa ti gbàgbọ́ pé dandan ni. Lágbára Olódùmarè, á dẹ̀ ṣeéṣe fún wa. Ó lè pẹ́ kó tó dọ̀yọ̀, ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ á débi tó lọ. Ìjàngbara ọmọ Yorùbá dandan ni.
Thank you so much. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Comrade Kulu, your parting word in just 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, orí Sani máa fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, but màá yí. Nàìjíríà yìí ti gbogbo wa kọ́ o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jàtúká láì jà á lè pín. So, as far as I'm concerned, okay, we have to support all, we have to struggle on all fronts. Báwọn òṣìṣẹ́ bí ṣe ń jà káwa náà máa gbé slogan Oòduà Republic. Mi ò tẹ́ like the word Yorùbá now because I'm not really, I don't like that word Yorùbá. Sọmọ Arab àwọn bá wa láwùjọ.
Emma, you are going to that for now. Let's go into that.
No, mo kàn tún sọ ni mo kàn tún sọ ni we are not kíní gan ti sọ tipẹ́tipẹ́ bàbá Ìbàdàn yìí ó sì ẹ̀kú ni bí mo ṣe gbọ́ Láńrewájú Adépọ̀jù yá Arab ọmọ Arab àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ju 6,000 years old.
30 seconds ti fẹ́ pé o tẹ̀ ti kọjá.
Ó ti pé nù. Okay.
Okay, all right. So, Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, your parting word.
Can be peaceful.
Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn, your parting word for us.
Parting word mi ò ju wípé ẹ má yẹ kí underestimate ọmọ Yorùbá. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní the right amount of education. Ọmọ Yorùbá ní the right amount of intelligence. Nǹkan tí ọmọ Yorùbá ò ní is the right kind of representation. Tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé 25% tí mo dé 75%, meaning wà láàrin proportionality. At 25%, ó ní nǹkan tá lè achieve. At 50%, ó ní nǹkan tá lè achieve. At 75%, ọ̀rọ̀ wa ti níyànjú. So ibi tá a wà yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká kúrò láti máa represent ara àwọn èèyàn wa pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́, altruism, pẹ̀lú ìwà abiyamọ. Tá a bá ṣe pẹ̀lú ìwà abiyamọ, which is empathy, social intelligence I take over. Àwa máa mọ́lé bí ikọ́. Adé máa jẹ ìgbádùn ilẹ̀ wa. Bàbá ṣe wà united tó ló máa decide how quickly ká lè fi gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. But it is not on pé àfàwà, àfèmí. It is the love for the whole of the people. Ká nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn èèyàn wa. It's as simple as that. Ẹ ṣeun.
Thank you so much. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. I have a post here credited to Sir Ahmadu Bello just a couple of days after Nigeria's independence. And I want us to, in the next edition, I want us to dissect it. Because, like I said from the beginning, pé àwọn kan wà nínú àwa Yorùbá, especially the elitist adults, those who are probably in their 60s up to, whatever age, in the 80s, 70s, 80s. There are some elitist youths, the age bracket, who still do not, even though our youths, one understanding, they don't have a knowledge of history. But the older ones, the elitist adults, both at home and in the diaspora, don't need knowledge of history, but who have refused to acknowledge the fact that, yes, we are in contention with a people who have an agenda. And that's why I brought this up. This is an agenda. And so if you are a Yoruba man and you are still believing that, probably because either you are not, in the homeland, or you are an elite, or only politics or something, then when we talk of educating our people, I think this post is apt. This statement by Ahmadu Bello is apt. And by the grace of God, by the grace of Olodumare, next time, I will want us to dissect this and take it to every area where, the agenda is working against the progress of the Yoruba people. You know, go anywhere, people who attest to the fact that Yoruba people are very civilized, are very educated. We contribute to every system where we find ourselves, or what is happening to us as a people in our homeland. So, by the grace of the Olodumare, we'll look at this. Ká lè fi educate àwọn ọmọ wa, especially àwọn tó ní knowledge of history. Àtàwọn àgbàlagbà tá expect pé ó yẹ kán, there's somebody who comes into your house and says, I'm taking over, I'm doing this, and yet we are refusing to acknowledge and do the needful. So we are going to end it here today. Mo fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín, mo dẹ̀ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó máa wo program yìí later, and probably those that are watching now. Our aim and objective is to ensure that at the end of the day, bá ṣe sọ wípé ìran ológo ni wá, ògo yẹn a fẹ́ kó rí lè jáde kí gbogbo ayé rí. K'Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ lò wá fún nǹkan tó fẹ́ lò wá fún ní ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. God bless, and God willing, this time next week, we'll meet again to continue, because as we have said, the process of self-determination is a process. Self-determination is a process. We'll continue to engage our people, to educate ourselves, educate our people. And I want to say this on a final note. This platform is not meant for fracas. I know that some people who have decided to, make some people their God will probably would be offended by one or two, comments. Will probably, in their usual characteristics, will want to come. This platform is not for fracas. We don't have time for that. Need time for fracas. All we want to do is educate our people, engage in robust discussions that will lead to the emancipation of our people. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.